We are delighted to introduce a lady who really brings a wealth of experience in developed and managing large-scale shopping malls across the Philippines. How could you not know this brand? Their company has been instrumental in conveying the importance of starting sustainable practices. Let's hear their initiatives and insights from the Assistant Vice President, Project Director of SM Development Corporation. Can we flash her on screen? Let's say good morning to Miss Jessica C. Jessica, are you there? Can you hear us?
Hi, good
Hi, good
morning. Thank
morning.
you
Oh,
so
we
much
hear you.
for the really warm introduction. And thank you for inviting me, Manila Bulletin. I wish I could be there in person. Unfortunately, I had another engagement. But I'm really excited to speak to you about the initiatives, the sustainable initiatives that we are working on in SM Prime, specifically in SMDC as a whole. So I think it's almost lunchtime, so I'd like to keep it short because I would like some lunch too. So I'll try to keep everything short. If I'm looking down, my notes are on the side. Well, so I'm speaking on the future legacy that we aim for in SM Prime. I imagine in 30 years, the world will look very different to what it does now. We're seeing innovation happen so quickly, and our world is constantly changing. Most recently, there's been a lot of hype around artificial intelligence and how that's going to be affecting and changing the world. So, what will our world look like in 2053? By then, we may see smart homes and self driving cars as the norm. Maybe most things at work will be automated. And like I said, artificial intelligence could make our lives so much easier. But on the flip side of these technologies and innovations, the world will still be seeing struggles. We'll likely be having overcrowding, high energy rates, water scarcity, and food insecurity. It's a world that tries to get by with depleted resources, and it's a world that might have to endure extremely warm temperatures, pollutions, and other health threats that we are often seeing now, today. Certainly, this war of threats and disasters isn't a world we necessarily want to live in. And so, why don't we together aim for a better future? It's hard to move forward today and envision the future without the proper foundation, which brings me to what we are doing in SM Prime. We owe our passion for doing good, for doing the right thing to our founder, my grandfather, Henry C. Sr. He believed that business is a socially inclusive force, and I'm proud to say that our company was built on a strong foundation of values. He envisioned the SM brand to open doors inclusively for people from all walks of life. These are people who can be our ordinary everyday shoppers at our malls. They could be our family of 5 or more having Sunday lunch together. They're the employees of our department stores, our banks, our tenants. They are you and me. We are simply following through with his vision of a better future with long-term goals. That said, SM has always stayed true to its roots. SM Prime advocates property developments that uphold communal values and uplift lives. Our business strategy adheres to a 4-pillar sustainability framework. Unfortunately, I don't have slides today, but I'll keep it simple. We follow the economy, people, environment, and community. The prudent use of natural resources is an integral part in our property operations, and having disaster resilience as an anchor in property design not only strengthens its value to the nation, economically and socially, it also engages our community with more empathy. As an example, at SMDC, our commitment to sustainability goes beyond the conventional image of sustainability. It goes further than just going green, or a common term today is greenwashing. It's about creating a harmonious balance between the economy, environment, and society. We were just learning about how things are always interconnected and how systems need to be thought of as a whole. And so that goes into how we devise our sustainability actions. For us, it's a holistic approach that transcends the boundaries of traditional development. The road to resiliency and sustainability for SMDC is paved with a meticulously master planning and design philosophy. Our projects are not only disaster ready, but also designed for longevity, ensuring intergenerational living. We conduct a thorough technical due diligence, utilizing technology and geographical data analysis to assess seismic, volcanic, and hydrometeorological hazards, guaranteeing the safety and viability of our sites, which then turns for better livability for our residents. But sustainability for SMDC does not just stop at the construction and the blueprint. It extends to the very fabric of SMDC's communities. In 2022 alone, SMDC took significant strides with initiatives like the Good Guys Health and Wellness Caravan, which provided vaccinations, medical, and optical checkups for our communities and residents. Our weekend markets, which we offer in some of our select properties, offer a safe space for our resident entrepreneurs, connecting them with their neighbors and fostering a sense of community. We have a number of small businesses that are now quite successful, and they started with the weekend markets, selling to each other fruits, vegetables, baked goods. And we're proud to say that we've been able to see them start from literal homegrown businesses to what they are today. Through programs like the Good Guys Go Green and Good Guys Job Market, we've been actively promoting a sustainable lifestyle and creating employment opportunities within our communities and around the communities that we serve. SMDC's Ready to Rescue program goes beyond the confines of our development. It offers training to neighboring barangays, empowering them with essential skills, from first aid to community rescues, instilling a comprehensive understanding of sustainable risk reduction practices. These efforts go beyond the borders of our developments, reaching neighboring barangays and strengthening ties with local governments. It truly is a community aspect we're going for. We have to work together, not just within the confines of our developments, but around as well, and working with the larger institutions like the government. As we move forward, we are committed to developing and supporting activities that not only enhances the lives of our residents, but also contributes to the well-being of the larger community. So what is the most significant contribution SMDC has made for Filipinos? The answer lies in accessibility and vision. SMDC has made sustainable homes and condominium ownership accessible to more Filipinos, bridging the housing gap in the Philippines. Our chairman and founder, Henry C. Jr., envisioned SMDC as instrumental in building a nation of homeowners we are proud to be on that journey. As we are nearing 2030 and the timelines set by the SDGs, we work with greater urgency now. SM Prime is known for focusing heavily on disaster risk reduction and resilience. Disaster preparedness and infrastructure resiliences are two of our biggest priorities. They are built into the entire development process, from site selection to construction and property management. An example of which is SM Marikina, where the area was initially a floodplain. So anytime there was medium to heavy rain, the communities around SM Marikina would be heavily flooded. SM Marikina was then built on stilts that served as water retention tanks so that when it does flood, water can be held and protect in the site, protecting not only the malls and the customers, but the larger community. We've also installed weather stations in a large number of our malls, which provide accurate and localized meteorological weather notifications for the residents around and for the community around to help them prepare better for their day. Most of all, we support communities that are affected by climate-related disasters. We explore multi-sectoral collaborations with the government, civil society, and environmental groups like WWF Philippines and Arise Philippines. These partnerships support the shift to a sustainable economy with the right policies that incentivize the transition to a low carbon economy for the private sector. Beyond these commitments, we also invest in and implement many practical programs. This was clear when our corporate vision, oops, sorry. This was made clear when our corporate vision was refined to include sustainability. It was it was a comprehensive process. Sorry, someone is really trying to reach me. It was a comprehensive process in several stages, creating a sustainability office, studying risks and opportunities, and developing our first sustainability policy. It was a transformative milestone, to say the least. Our commitment to sustainability begins at the top with my uncle, Hans C., who oversees the company's risk and sustainability strategies. The sustainability framework is shaped by the board's corporate governance committee. They are tasked with all sustainability matters, including social and environmental issues on value creation. These adjustments within the company's board committees drove the creation of SM Prime Sustainability Council. The responsibility for achieving the sustainability roadmap commitments and targets is led by our company's president, Jeffrey Lim. We strengthened our commitment to environmental protection by joining the task force of climate-related financial disclosures and by collaborating with WWF to address climate concerns to our operations. We stayed true to our path and our purpose by continually expanding our renewable energy portfolio through investing and implementing alternative energy measures, optimizing energy efficiency, and the efficient water management. We can always do more to curb climate change impacts. We know we can make a difference by ensuring that our environmental efforts go hand in hand with our entrepreneurial pursuits. This is why we tailor-fit our sustainability programs based on our expertise and sphere of interest to generate greater positive outcomes, no matter what initial challenges we may face. We are taking practical but significant steps towards a more sustainable future. For everyone at SM Prime, we know that creating a sustainable and resilient future is possible, but it requires everyone to work together. I ask you this question: what kind of world do we want to leave for our future generations? Thank you and enjoy the rest of the day.
Thanks, Jessica. Wait. Jessica, do we still have you? Sorry, just checking. Can you hear me?
Yes, hi.
Yes, okay. Oh, there you go. Hopefully it's not echoing. Jessica, just a quick question before we say goodbye. And there is a discussion we'd love for you to be part of. I love the applause. Check that out. Lots of hearts and lots of applause for Jessica. Jessica, you mentioned this was really started by your grandfather, of course, the late Henry C. Sr. And then you mentioned your uncle also at the helm. This is a part, and because we are talking to students here in UP, University of the Philippines, Diliman, this generation, your generation, is now in charge of leading the way, especially for a huge conglomerate like SM, all the companies under SM. Do you find this daunting or inspiring? Are you really taking the lead, or are you getting, because this is an area I would think you are more informed about than those before you. Is that a fact?
I think so. Over the past few years, the need for sustainability to be incorporated into our everyday life practices have become increasingly evident. Every year, we are seeing the devastating effects of climate change and the effects that it has on not just human life, but on the total environment. No one, regardless of our age, gender, race, religion, or social class, has been left unaffected by climate change. So I think it is a huge burden that our generation has for to leave a better legacy for not just now, but for future generations. So we see an increasing number of disasters, both natural and man-made. Disaster risk resilience and reduction is actually probably one of my greatest advocacies within the company. And so I'm very passionate about making sure that we do have a place for people, or we do create safe places for people in the future. And we see that there are health impacts and loss of nature due to rising temperatures. So we want to prepare for that by thinking intentionally and having well-researched initiatives that we pull through into our development and into basically the fabric and well-being, the fabric and core of our business.